Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of KleenWerks Auto Detailing. My name is Mac. First of all, I want to say I wish all of you a very happy belated New Year, and I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. And we're starting off the new year with a unboxing, review, and testing of the new Carbon Collective Hex Nano-Polisher. Now, before we get into the video, I just want to say a couple things. Number one, I did get a shotgun external microphone, so hopefully the audio is a little bit better. I am in a shop warehouse setting, so I'm gonna assume there's gonna be still some sort of echo, but hopefully the audio is a little bit better. I'm also recording this video in 4K. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed so far. I'm at like 1,300 subscribers. That's awesome. I honestly didn't think that I would get this far. I didn't think that I would be growing this fast. So let's just get into the video. So I got this polisher from Detail Division. As you guys can see, that's his logo right there. He writes a little personal thank you note on the packaging, says thanks Mac. He does that for everyone. Wonderful customer service, wonderful guy. Check out Scott over at detaildivision.com. He always puts a handle with care fragile sticker on all of his packages, even if you buy a towel. That just shows you how much he cares about the stuff that he sells. So when we open the package, we get our packing slip, a little sticker from Detail Division. I love these. I put them all over my shop. And he always writes a little thank you note. So this is what the note says. Mac, much appreciated, brother. Thanks for giving this hex polisher a shot in your work. The kit is substantial, has plenty of parts to tackle all the small work you'll see, and the power is equal, if not better than similar units costing much more. Please let me know what you think. All the best to you and the family for the coming new year. Best regards, Scott over at Detail Division. Thank you so much, Scott. Let's take a look at the polisher. So check that out, guys. Now, this is what I mean by nano polisher. So this is very similar to an Rupes iBird or a Adams micro swirl killer, or any sort of those nano polishers that you can find, but the Rupes one and the Adams one are basically the most popular ones. Also, there's the Flex that has this as well. Very nice carrying case. It's a hard shell case. I mean, it's pretty stiff. I guess when you drop it, you won't really damage any of the parts inside. Now, I'm super excited. Let's open this up. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Check that out, guys. Look at all that. So the reason why I bought this particular kit and polisher is because the amount of stuff that comes with it. So let's take a look at what we got. These are just some adapters for the charging. It looks like you have a European plug, US plug. I believe this is England. So it comes with 1-inch pads and 2-inch pads. These are your extensions for the head of the polisher. We have our instruction manual and a little tool. We have a 2-inch adapter. It's Carbon Collective branded, if you guys can see that. We have a extra battery, so that's pretty cool. Now check that out, guys. Now, my first impressions are, it feels pretty good in the hand. It's not too heavy. It definitely feels like a quality item. We have a digital display right here. I assume this is power on, this is power off, plus and minus to adjust the speed setting. Battery comes out here, push this tab in on both sides, comes right out. So this is interesting, guys. So I thought it came with a like dock charger where you can just put a battery in and leave it to charge, but actually plug the charger into the wall, you take this end and you just plug it in like so, and then you just leave it to charge. Bringing you guys a little bit closer here just to show you how the charging works. When your battery is dead or it needs to be charged, what's gonna happen is this light will be red and then it will turn green once your battery is fully charged. So let's bring up the speed a little bit. So the nice thing about this polisher is you guys see this counterweight right here. So you take your little tool that comes in the kit, you can take this counterweight off and you can basically switch it from a dual action polisher to a rotary machine. So that's pretty cool. Let's take a closer look at what's in the kit. Now you guys can see that that's a pretty decent amount of stuff. So we got our instruction manual. This is a locking tool to lock the counterweight so it doesn't spin, so you can change out the backing plates. This is to actually take off the counterweight so you can switch the polisher to rotary. This is all the 1-inch stuff. You got your wool pads, microfiber pads, and another wool pad set. Then you have 3 different types of pads. You got the greens are coarse, the oranges are medium, and the yellow is fine. We got our actual polisher right there. All the different adapters. We got our charger, extra battery, our 2 extensions right there, 1-inch and 2-inch, and basically the same thing for the 2-inch pads. A 2-in-1 video. Not only did we unbox and took a look at the Carbon Collective Nano-Polisher, we will also be testing and reviewing it, and we'll be doing that by polishing out the Piano Black trim in this E63 wagon behind me. Now, the Piano Black trim is super soft. Same goes for gloss black exterior trim, like stuff on the B-pillars or even on the bumper right here. Now, I'm not expecting the trim to come out perfect. As you guys will see in the before shots, they're pretty thrashed. I'm not expecting 100% perfection. The only way to get perfection is to actually replace it. However, the goal is to make them look better. Now, that's the whole point of detailing. You want to find that fine line by how many defects you can remove without going too crazy and possibly damaging the surface. So before we do anything, I'm actually going to put on a extension, the smallest one, just to give myself a little bit of more hand space. So in order to do that, you're going to find the hole on the counterweight, and pay attention because this took me a while to figure out. So you take your locking tool, stick it in the hole, and you're gonna find it doesn't go in very far. So what you want to do is, so you spin the backing plate until it goes in a little further. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it clicked in. You're gonna keep your finger on the locking tool and then just spin the backing plate clockwise. Yeah, so it's cross-threaded, so right is loose, left is tight. So pay attention, don't get your stuff screwed up. Take your extension tool. Awesome. Polishing out interior trim, then you don't want polishing residue to get like basically ground into the leather or whatever surface is surrounding the trim. You're gonna want to tape that off. But in order to do that, you're gonna have to clean out the cracks and crevices as well as just the area you're gonna be working on, just so you don't introduce any more contaminants. I'm just gonna use some all-purpose cleaner, a clean microfiber towel rag, and I'm gonna be using a steamer to blow out the cracks and crevices, and then I'm gonna be using my air compressor to blow it all out to make it nice and dry. Now, you could do this at home with just a brush and a towel and one of those compressed air can things for keyboards, but these are the tools I have, so this is what I'm gonna use. this is where it gets really critical. What I'm about to say applies to exterior piano black trim as well as interior piano black trim. Now, again, black, you see everything on a glossy black surface. Grab your softest pad that you own, the ultra fine if you can find it, and then your finest polish, not finest as in most expensive or fancy, but finest as terms of the cutting power. So now that you got your softest pad and a non-aggressive polish, this is where pressure and arm speed and speed of the machine come into play. Now, it's easy to watch someone that polishes something out, but some of you watching this may think like, hey, I'm not getting the results as some of these other guys, but I'm doing the same exact thing. Well, it's what you don't see on camera is what makes the difference. Watch what I'm about to do in real time. Did you see how fast that was? It was pretty fast. You want to be quick on your feet when you're doing the polishing stage with gloss interior or exterior trim. Now, like I said, it gets critical. So you want to grab your softest towel and then your prep spray or whatever it is you want to use, alcohol, same thing, whatever, and you just want to just glide it across. You don't want to introduce any more scratches. It scratches so easily, guys. You guys have no idea. Once you actually start working with it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Try not to press in certain spots. Watch your edges. And then that's it. Whatever you're going to achieve at this point is the max that you're ever going to have. So that's why I recommend when you guys purchase a vehicle like this that has this kind of trim, just get it PPF'd as soon as possible, because if they're really hammered like these are, because these are actually really bad, you know, there's always going to be imperfections left over, right? We're just trying to make it look better. this video ends, I just want to give you guys my final thoughts on the Carbon Collective Nano-Polisher. Now, I do not own a Rupes iBird or a Flex or the Atom Swirl Killer Micro thing. What I can tell you is, for the money, you can't go wrong with this machine, especially if you're doing super intricate work. Like, for example, you got to do this ledge right here. The 1-inch backing plate is perfect. If you need something bigger, like you're doing the tail lights or what have you, then you could switch out to a 2-inch backing plate. It comes with a bunch of pads and all the things that you need to maintain and get the most use out of your Nano-Polisher. This is a solid 9.5 out of 10. Now, the reason for me docking half a point is, if there's one thing that I wish this polisher had, is that it would show you what your battery level is at. It doesn't have that anywhere. I looked all over. Basically, you only know when it's dying or it's dead when it just stops working. However, the plus side to that is that the charge time for the batteries is actually not that bad. It's just a couple hours. I'm gonna assume you can probably get anywhere from 2 to 4 hours of runtime off of this. Now, that's a guesstimate. Obviously, it's gonna depend what speed you're going at. Obviously, higher the speed, the more energy you're gonna use, therefore it's gonna die faster. Now, another kind of side note about it, I have noticed that you kind of have to run it pretty high for the polishing stages to actually get any sort of pressure down onto the surface that you're working on. But that's not a huge deal. You basically just got to get used to it. If you guys want to see any more videos of this polisher, let me know down in the comments below. If you guys would like to purchase one and try it out for yourself, check out my man Scott over at DetailDivision.com. I'll put the link down in the description. I hope that you guys have learned something watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. And as always, stay clean.